All right. Welcome, sketchbook heroes and sketchbook warriors. We've got quite a journey tonight. We've got a journey. So we've got some demons to battle and some drawings to do. A good thing to do is to see what we're going to draw. Have a good, clear, let me share my screen, what we're going to do tonight. So here we're going to do these drawings. We're going to start off with these three for this first session. And it's good to know what you're aiming at. We're aiming at, if it's the stick figures or wherever you're at, you need to know where you're at and kind of take on those challenges, take on those demons. So this is a good example of doesn't matter where you're at, it's about where you're going. And then we're going to draw these characters, and I think, and this one, and that'll be the end of this first session. And then we'll go on to other ones, some flowers and some composition. We'll talk about composition. This looks really challenging. You'll have to look for this video separately, as well as these other ones we'll be drawing later on tonight. Oh, some face stuff. That's actually pretty interesting. We'll do some of those, and a baby, and a portrait. We'll end the night with a portrait. So here we go. Let's start off with this. Here we go. This one. All right. So it doesn't matter where you're at. It's about where you're going. You can see this character moving. I usually break this down. So stick figures is good. When you actually see something, go to a magazine, you can actually start drawing on top of the magazine. Look for the parts. So we have a torso, we have the pelvis, and then we have the legs. Right. And then knowing the proportions is important. But even if not, what's more important than knowing the proportions is just action and practice. Yes, it's the proportions and all that stuff that help make it come together. So you can see this, and that's this over here. You can see this stick figure, and then the torso. So wherever you're at, you want to practice that. I'm going to we'll just go ahead and draw these three characters. I'm going to draw these three, but you can see how even looking through what's not there, the arm goes behind that part of the body. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this and put this in the chat, and then we will draw from here. When I posted the fantasy maps, did you do them? Oh, the fantasy maps. Oh, those are really good. No, we did not do those. We did not do those. We had so many drawings that night, but those were good because you had the different parts and everything. We did kind of go over them, but no, I did not do those. Regrettably, we can do them if you post them. But yeah, we got so many the stuff to draw. I actually have to kind of almost speed through this stuff. So here, let's get started. So again, I'm actually going to start using these tools that I've developed over the years, and having a goal, knowing where your goal is. Like that finished figure is a good goal, but sometimes you need to focus on the easier drawings, and where your focus goes, energy flows. So and it's all about taking action. So taking action, these are my symbols, and I'm going to be putting them on these cards, so when we talk about them, you kind of understand what we're talking about. And if I do it right side up, then it'll make even more sense. So here we go. So it's about having our goal. That's our picture. We have our image, what we're going to try to draw, and then we'll go from there. So proportions is huge when it comes to drawing faces and people. But we'll just go ahead and start off with our unit. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the first. I don't know. We'll just do a couple of them. We have the head. Okay, and it's just an oval. I'm using a pen. And then from here, if it's just a stick figure, actually, I'm going to build it up. Let's build it up. I'm going to go ahead and let's go with a pencil. There we go, a pencil. We got our 2B, trusty 2B. And I'm going to do the stick figure. Now, as I'm doing the stick figure, it's going to come down like this. And then we've got our proportions. Usually halfway is the well, this proportions, and I think he's a little bit out of proportion. I'm trying to see. It's usually four down, and we'll do this. 4 heads down is the center, and then 4 heads down below that is the bottom. So usually 8 heads tall is our character. So let me make the head a little smaller. I've got this whole simple line stick figure that we're doing, but what I'm doing is looking for the proportions. So we've got our head. That's a 1. Here's a 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have to be exact. It's just a sketch. but the more you understand these proportions, the more accurate your drawings will be. We'll see how that goes. This should be the center. And then we've got four.
Claudio,
Yes.
sorry. Do you want to check chat? Someone's having difficulty seeing you.
Oh, okay. What I can do is spotlight myself. That's good. Let me see. Let me spot there we go. That should be better. Okay. All right. And I am not sharing my screen. I did share my screen earlier. Oh, there we go. Duh. Got stuck again. There we go. All right. So that should be better. Thank you. All right. This is why we go live. I need like a producer here doing the video. All right, so here we go, and it looks really long, but it is, but it's the head, and this is what's really important, the anatomic middle. So once we have the head, it looks like the torso is up to here, and the neck is half a head tall, so that's where the neck is going to be. And I didn't do this I should have done this on the picture. We had quite a few there. Woo! All right, so here we go. And the anatomic middle is right where the bottom of the pelvis bone is, and then the pelvis should be here. Right, so the pelvis is important, the torso is important, and the figure drawing is like one of the toughest things to do. The thing that anything tougher would be the face portraits. All right, so here we go, and we are going to do portraits later on. Okay, so what's helping is these circles. All right, this is the anatomic middle. I have half a head size for the neck, and then I'm going to bring the arm out here to this point right here, and I'm just going to put a circle. The arm kind of comes down here and then just goes out right in there, right there. Space is the hardest thing to see when you're first learning to draw, and that's why that's why you see artists with their thumbs kind of like measuring things out. So here's the jacket. That jacket kind of comes down, and anatomic middle is probably about right there. And the legs are actually this long. The legs are this long. So I'm going to bring this leg out this way, and the foot, and then the other leg out this way. And then on top of that is all the detail, which is the way the folds on the clothing go. And this angle of this foot right here, trying to triangular. I had the hardest trouble trying to get the legs. Sometimes my legs are too long, or actually most of the times my legs are too short. All right, and he's got a cane in his hand. All right, and the cane comes down to right about there. Now it's the devil's in the details, and there's a lot of details in here. So I can actually, now that I have that kind of blocked in, I can actually go in there and start doing the details. I'm going to start with the face. He's got a hat, kind of goes over, and we're doing this with ink here. And I usually start off light like this, go from light to dark. You want to think about process, and that's how we do this. We usually go from light to dark. He's got hair that goes in here. And again, faces are tough. So there's just really a nose in here, a nose, and then the mouth just kind of comes in like that. And a simple eye, it's just a simple eye. I would probably even just make it like a greater sign or less than. Is that greater or less than? That's greater than sign. Like a little triangle sign for the eye. Just like that. Maybe a little bit of eyebrow in there. Finish off the hat. And then we can make any adjustments that we need to, like maybe bring the neck back. He's got a tie. It looks like he's got some kind of tie. These are old drawings. These are from the 20s or the 30s. I don't know. What does it say? Progressive steps in figure drawing without using models, with just enough drawing to give the character of the desired action or movement. All right, here we go. Oh, so he's got some kind of jacket in his lapel, in and out, and down. Bring this up, and then folds, and the way clothing goes is really interesting. That you get all these different kinds of folds, coil folds, and just studying textiles is a whole other art in itself. Like here, where you would get these coil folds right where the elbow is, and that's what they're doing there. A little bit of a coil fold. And you'll see these patterns. You'll see these patterns. It's kind of like always the same. And you'll learn to recognize them and just draw them without even thinking about it, because you know that they're there and you can do it from memory. That's where drawing from memory kind of starts. There's a little bit of a thumb, and then the hand is just really simply just kind of going around almost like a glove. Looks like there is kind of like some glove lines or something on there. There is a little bit of a mouth I kind of missed. And let's put a little bit of a smile, a little bit more of a smile on him than he's got. And we do start off simple. We do start off simple. This is kind of like a simple drawing. Even though it's just we start off kind of like stick figure, we will get more complex as these drawings come along. Okay, so here we go. The bottom of his jacket, he's got a little pocket. And then this leg going back. There's a little bit of a knee right in here, a little bit of a knee. And then the pants kind of going over that foot. All right, and there's little ins and outs. And if you know the muscles and all that stuff underneath, that would help. But a lot of times that's just extra. That comes in handy when you're really getting into like drawing superheroes and stuff like that. And taking on those challenges when those challenges come, because you want to draw those. But stick figures is just good just to get an idea out. Get an idea out. What's important is the idea. And what you're aiming for. We talked about goals, where your goal is, what your focus is. If it's just doing stick figures, yeah, start off with stick figures. You need to know where your challenge is, where your dragon is, so you can slay it. Sometimes you want to take on the little dragons first, and then but it's all the same thing. It's all looking for proportions. We call it wrap. We look for ratios, angles, proportions, and then just practice, practice, practice. It's more the power of practice and just doing, not being afraid. And congratulations on taking the courage to come out and practice with us. It's all about the practice. So simple shoes. I don't know, there's little wrinkles here and there, but we'll just, there's our first drawing. Congratulations. All right, the next drawing, we'll do the next one. And I think we'll skip the last one. We'll just do this next one, and then we'll go to the other drawing on the next page. So same thing. We can actually even use this as a guide here. We've got, is that actually more of a movement? There's more movement on him. So we'll use the same head. Right. He's got a circle head. And this time he's moving a little bit. There's a little bit, if we have a gesture drawing, have this flow of him kind of, oh, let me zoom out so see what we're talking about. Here's our head. Circle or an oval. It's more of an oval shape. And if you really look, it's more like an egg shape, kind of like going forward. Get that. I always wonder what gesture was about, but gesture really helps get the flow of the character. It's almost like seeing the big shape of the whole thing. So let's go there. Let's bring this out a little bit further. Here's our middle. We'll see our anatomic middle. Let's see that is. Actually, that's probably a good idea of doing breaking it down this way. Oh, that'd be interesting. I never thought about doing it this way. There is a little bit of bending, so his anatomic middle will still be the middle, but interesting. Keep it the middle. Break that in half again. And then in half again. Right. All right, so we've got one head. Well, sorry, let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. I think I added an extra head on that other one. Sometimes it's hard to think and talk at the same time, and especially without practice. So there's 4. That's our anatomic middle. Then we'll get another 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. About, they're not exact. That's good enough. That's just for proportions, because that's the middle. All right, so we've got this flow going that way, and then we've got this leg coming out this way, and then down. So we're really looking at the angles, There we go, like this. From here, the anatomic middle, and then that. There's a really good, one of our videos we explained all this stuff. And then now we can start adding our angles to it. These are the angles. There's one arm coming back at this angle, and then down to that anatomic middle. And then you've got this other hand just kind of sticking out right in there somehow. All right, so there's my blocking in. Now I'm going to go ahead and on top of this, I'm going to do my drawing. So definitely he's got that hat. Let's zoom in. So this is it. Notice the movement and the angles. I'll zoom in, and we'll start with the face. Simple face, but let's go ahead and do the hat. I can break down the face as well. The eyes are usually in the center and space. That would almost kind of similar to the anatomic middle, and the eye is just like a dot, but it's right in the middle. And then the nose comes out, and then the mouth is in there, kind of like that. It actually has a little bit of a cheek line. But what's important is getting that eye kind of like in the middle of that face. And it's all about the proportions. And this is a simple kind of almost like a happy face, like a circle dot eyes, happy face, kind of like that. And if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. We are going to get more challenging. This next drawing that we're going to do is we're going to do the Tin Man next. Oh, actually, no, there's some, oh no, we're going to do some practice drawings and then the Tin Man. The Tin Man is actually pretty cool because you'll see form on him. Putting a hat on this guy, a little bit of a hat. It looks more like a straw hat. This one's a little straighter than the round derby that we did on the first drawing. His neck, bring that down. He's got quite a collar, kind of going up like that. And then he's also got a lapel. So he's got a lapel. So he's got some kind of jacket on. Now this jacket, because he's got this curving this way, it does curve quite a bit out. This curve right here. There we go. That curve. That curve. There's that curve right on that. And then we've got the arm that comes out from here. We'll make that the shoulder. And notice I've got the angle and I'm just going around it here. There's an elbow here, comes out to the elbow. There's a thickness of that arm. And again, there's coil folds right where that elbow is. There's that shoulder. It opens up to the shoulder. And here's that back on the inside of that jacket. And it comes out and curves. So there's the jacket. The lapel, let me see. Ooh, I think I did the lapel wrong. The lapel should come down a little bit lower. And it's just practice. This is practice. It's not about perfection. It's about practice. That's more important. And the more you practice, the more you'll progress. The more you practice, the better you'll get. All right, so there's that jacket. And we're looking for ratios, angles, and proportions. Let's finish this arm as it comes down right here, right in there. That arm and his jacket. And then we've got a hand that comes out. And you can simplify the hand. You know, I can't draw. You can't draw until you practice. And sometimes you just need to simplify it. Okay, there's going to be a hand, and that hand actually doesn't look like a great hand. We'll just say their hand's right there. There's an oval shape right in there. And drawing hands is another challenge there, another demon, another dragon you need to slay. And you can't draw until you practice. That's okay. It's all right. We can just leave it as an oval. Look at that, simplified. We're going to be simplifying actually a whole kind of bunch of scenes next, actually in the next session. All right, so we've got the jacket. Let's do the inside. His jacket is open. So I'm going to open up that jacket. That's this side right here. This is the inside of that uh, body, the torso. You can see the torso comes in and then it goes back, that jacket. There's a torso. It looks like he's got some kind of flower or something. Maybe he's going to a wedding. Could be his own. There. He's got a smile on his face. All right. Hope, hope, hope lights eternal. Hope is everywhere. I hope. There we go. And even in your drawing too, like, oh, I hope it turns out. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes it doesn't, right? You have a goal, a target, and it doesn't turn out the way you want it. And that's okay. Sorry, Lord. Welch, I think it was. All right. I think this arm should stick out more. It looks like it's in more than it should be. I mean, if you look at this arm should come out here. I'm going to bring it out a little bit more than in the drawing, just because I think it could be moving back. It's hard to tell, but I would probably like to move it out a little bit more just for my own thing here. And again, you can start off with an oval. There it is. And then there's a thumb in here. There's a thumb. Learning to see the parts and the whole. We talk about that a lot. Learning to see the parts and the whole. That's the same thing as proportions. Learning to see the big shapes, medium-sized shapes. We're going to be doing a lot of that tonight. All right, we've got the top half done. I think the top half looks good. There is actually, the jacket. Yeah, there's something else inside here, but I can actually quickly shade it. I'll just shade the inside. I'm going to put some hatching all the way through it, just for the heck of it. It's a good little hatching exercise. Oh, there. All right, let's do the bottom half. I'm going to zoom out. Let's do the bottom half. You can see he's coming in there. That's the top half, and here's the bottom half. All right, and one leg here comes out, coming down. And notice that the foot right in here. I always do like almost a triangular kind of shape. The folds in the pants. There's a fold right in there. And it bunches up around the calf. And then it just kind of comes up. There we go. There it is. Let's do this other leg. It does taper. It does taper. Understanding that little taper, it's wider up at the top, and as it comes down, it gets a little thinner. And then around there. So if you're doing stick figure drawings, that's fine. Practice, or even silhouettes. Doing silhouettes is good. Maybe we'll do that last one as a silhouette. Oh no, we got quite a few other drawings right now. We'll get to those. Ooh, a good challenge is the walk cycle. There's a walk cycle, animating a walk cycle. What's great about animation is you have to do a lot of drawing, really improve your drawing there. All right, and however you want to draw the shoes, his shoes look funky over there. I'm just gonna do simple sole, simple shapes. These kind of like triangular shapes, a little bit of a sole. And I don't know, I don't know what kind of design are on these. Really, the pictures are really hard to see. They're kind of small. We'll just say that there's some kind of lacing. Do this kind of design over it and some lacing. That's good. I think that's good. Go back and touch it up if you need to. There we go. There's our second drawing of the night. And we can do it faster too. We can actually, let's just do it really quick. I don't know. We'll see. We are going to do some other ones, and I don't know how fast we're going to do those. I'm going to just see that third drawing that's there. He's got quite a bit of an angle to him. He's kind of like that. There's his head. And this is going to be like a little scribble drawing. I'm just focusing on the angle. See this angle here, this arm here. This hand kind of goes up a little bit more. He's got that jacket on. And this one's got more like a what's that? Tails. He's got tails on this jacket. I haven't seen tails in a while on a jacket. And the angles of the feet. It's good to see the angles. And then here we go. This one's a little bit faster and a little bit more scribbly. So yeah, a true sketch right there. His hand is up here. Hand's down there. There we go. See, just the angles, really quick, simple. Hey. All right. And learning to see people, you don't have to draw everything all the time. You don't have to draw all the face parts, all the stuff. It's good to do these little squiggles just for practice and fun. All right, let's get going on the next one. We've got quite a few here. Those ones, those are going to be good. And then we've got that one to end this session. All right, so scribbling. Speaking of scribbling, we're going to do these scribbles. I'm going to right on top. So even if some of them we're going to sketch out, some of them we're going to scribble, and it's really up to you how you want to handle these. It's really good to copy and see. Here you can see this whole shape here, this oval shape right in there. That really is that oval shape. And here's a circle shape. And even if you get a magazine and do this over a magazine when you're first starting, that really helps. And here you can almost even see a square. Look at that. That looks almost like a square. It brings it out a little bit. Yeah, where the foot is. That's about a square in there. Bring it out right there. You can see that square there. This one has more of a triangle shape. Look at that. It looks like a triangle. See, breaking it down to these shapes really helps. Really helps. You have to learn to see these shapes. Is it a square? Is it a circle? We could use a square or a circle here, but you can see that shape right in there. I'm just breaking it down into these simple shapes, seeing it in these big shapes first, and then the small shapes. These characters have more character than the other ones we just did, right? So this is really cool. Really good observing. There's a lot more going on here. There's a torso. This has like a pear shape. The top shape is there, and then the bottom shape, almost like the number 8 right in there. And then you can see all these angles. The chair helps. And I'm doing all this, I guess, freehand with a mouse. Freehand with a mouse. You can see these. It can simplify these triangular shapes. If I were to block it in, I kind of see these shapes here first, and then I put the shapes on top. All right, let's see this one. This one looks interesting. She's got her arms. Alrighty. Let's see this shape here. Yeah, and go at your own pace. Feel free to, you can follow along with what I'm doing, or you can go and draw these at your own. I will send both pictures to the chat. I will send this picture and the picture without the lines. So let's take a look here. This one's actually kind of interesting. I like if we break this down into this almost egg shape again, right in there, the head and then the front. And then just really bold the way this is kind of like constructed. Bring it out a little bit more right in there. And the hair and the legs. Here's another square. Look at that, another square. We can actually see that, use that as a unit, bring that up here. That square and that square there. Looks like there's 3 squares there. And then this shape there. All right, let's just go ahead and we'll screenshot that, and then we'll send it out and we'll screenshot it again. Screenshot it twice. This is what helped me with your postings. Label them like, oh, this class 12-1 posting 1 of 3. Ah, okay. All right, 1 of 3. Oh, okay. I will do that. We'll do that tonight. See, that's what it's about. It's about taking action, and knowing it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but you want to, like, how can you improve? How can you make it better? And that's a great suggestion, especially if it's going to help you. You help me, I got to help you. All right, so there's that one. Let's stop sharing, and I'm going to send it the image out again without the oh, I guess I'll share my screen again. Without the lines, without the guides. So let me send that out again one more time. Screenshot. Okay, so I'm going to screenshot this and then send this image out. Capture. All right, it is sent. It's on its way. So we're going to do some of these. I don't know how many we're going to do. We're going to do a few of these figure drawings. And this is fun to do, just to standing out there. I mean, I've done that with this sketchbook here. You can see this sketchbook here. And I actually, sit there and draw people. This was on a bus back in the back years ago, silhouettes and scribbles. Let me see. That's some stuff we did recently. These ones, somebody at school there. Let me see. I think I have some whole body. Oh no, there's somebody else's face there. Oh yeah, look at this. This is these are from observing. This is an old sketchbook. Let me see. I think I had some good ones. Oh, look at that. These are good right there. Those are good. Did more faces. Oh yeah, a mother and child. This guy just laying down. But you got to know what you're aiming at, right? If it's just stick figures, it's good to start out with stick figures. I kind of was always pushing myself. I wish I would have varied my drawings a little bit more. All right, let's do this. Let's start off with that first lady on our drawing there, and she's got that oval shape, that oval shape, that oval shape. Notice the height and the width. Like right now, I know it's too tall. It's more, it's a little bit not so. It's a little bit wider, a little bit wider. So I'm cutting a little bit off of that top already. So noticing that height and the width, right? That's kind of crucial. And then here we've got the head like up on top, and then almost like this shape in there for that neck or face. Actually, the face kind of comes down a little bit more. So it looks like a grenade. That's interesting. And then we've got that square shape at the bottom, that square shape at the bottom. So this is a quick, let's zoom out. A quick kind of blocking in. So you got the body, notice the height and the width, the head right in there, kind of like oval. Notice these, I mean, you have to kind of notice the relationships as well. And that square shape there. And I'm looking back and forth and seeing these big shapes. Now I can start breaking it down to the middle size shapes. I can see that the shirt actually comes down to right about there. There's a hand with a bottle or something right in there. One leg here, and she's got shorts. Then another leg on this side with the foot coming out to finishing that square. And all right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start with the face. I'm going to zoom in.
Drawing for us to
Can I
copy
what?
that?
I'm sorry?
Can you in that is as a centerpiece so we can copy that? There's like a screenshot that's popping up.
Oh, yes, I did it again. Thank you. That's it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is what I just did. Oh, somebody posted there's Dennis. That's great. And that's really nice and loose. Wow, that's great. He's posting some of his and he's using a tablet. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. He's somebody with experience here. Yeah, we are going to get a little more, and it's it's what's important is the practice, practice, practice. So yeah, here we go. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Sometimes you got your brain working on other stuff, and it's hard to focus. Everybody's trying to take your attention and focus. All right, here we go. Try to get into the flow of things. The flow. All right, so this is the shape we're looking for. That shape. We've got the head. Zooming out. I think that's better. Thank you for pointing that out. It's hard. Hey, point out people's mistakes, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing when you're learning, and how you accept and receive that. And nobody's perfect. You just want to practice and doing your best until you know better, and then once you know better, just work on doing better. So now we know better. I still forget to do it every once in a while. I am a little off tonight. Expecting my son here later on. All right, here we go. Let's do this face. This face, I know it's going to fit in here, so I'm going to start off with that face. It's going to fit in here, and I'm going to zoom in that area, our little hand grenade drawing that we did. I saw it just kind of blocked in. I would usually draw this lighter, but then I can see both back and forth. I can see like here, this face in there. And I know if I need to break it down into other parts, we can do that. There's an ear right about there. The neck comes out to the trapezium, all the muscle parts, all that stuff. It just comes with time. The chin really comes down right in here, right there. That chin goes right to the top of our body. Then she's got some kind of sad face kind of going down like this. And I'm not worrying about proportions. I'm not worrying about all that stuff. It's all in here. And just do the best you can. Usually faces are tough. They're challenging. But these are simplified. These eyes. Let's zoom in even more so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna zoom in. There you go. Dennis is at it. Awesome. You can look at Dennis's work right there. He's got quite a bit of experience. Again, this is for beginners, and anybody's welcome. It's all good. And feel free to throw in comments, suggestions, things that can be better, because it's not about perfection, it's about progress. How can we improve? How can we make things better? So there we go. Getting that expression and expressions in faces, so cool. You can see that expression on this face. She doesn't look like a happy camper. Maybe somebody's she doesn't know how to accept feedback. It's all good. All right, so I'm going to put some hair on her. I think my hair is going to go up even a little bit higher than see, I think my proportions are changing. I like the shape of the head, but I think I'm going a little bit bigger than what I had. So I might make the body bigger. I might make the body bigger. We'll see. 'Cause I did go higher. Because it's hard to talk and draw. It takes a bit, but the face looks pretty good. Great job, Dennis. You can move on to the next one. It's really about the power of practice, practice, practice. Thank you for sharing. If you take a look at people, take a look at Dennis's drawing. That's awesome. All right, here we go. We're gonna go with the neck here. Here, this the shirt kind of comes down and it's kind of on it. And you're going over the deltoids, knowing the muscles and all that stuff helps with time. And she's got a little bit of a band here, and I think it says, what does it say? I don't know. Her shirt says something. Just got some kind of flower on it. It says, looks like it says love. Oh yeah, love. It looks like it says love. Not sure. All right, we'll just keep it simple. Keep it like that. There's a little triangle for that. Let me zoom out. I don't know if you, hopefully you had enough time with the face. And this arm out here. Our anatomic middle is really low on this character. Would be that where the groin area is. That's the middle. All these characters are top heavy. There we go. Well, there's that. Looks like it's got two lines there. Triangle. Some shady stuff going on right in here. I don't know what what's going on with the arm. It looks like it's going behind. So I'll go ahead and do it like that. I would probably put a shirt on it, like right in there. Make the arm go back. There's little bits of ins and outs with the shirt. But just, I'm sure this person was just doing some quick sketching of people they see. All right, so here we go with the forearm. You see a little bit of the upper arm, and then there's the forearm. The forearm kind of comes down, and same thing here. They really simplified the hand. They simplified the hand. So notice how it tapers in, and then it tapers out, and the hand looks like it's just maybe even a pinky, and who knows what else. It's kind of like just scribbles or just scratch marks. But I can kind of see that shape, and then there's some kind of bottle. And they're not capturing the form, they're just throwing like almost like a rectangle shape in there. All right, like right in there. All right, let's get those shorts in there. Let's put on your shorts and sing like the Duke. Here we go. But you can see how that form really helps us getting started. The shorts kind of come in and out a little bit more, but they kind of go over that form. Notice how they taper, a little bit of folds right in there. Looks like the letter F. I think yeah, there we go. Let's do these legs. All right, good. We got the legs. Legs. So we got the inner leg, inner part coming there. Then it comes out. I'm gonna bring these feet out a little bit more. I think it looks pretty good. Then this you can see the knee, that he's representing the knee with almost like the letter V. And then the outside just kind of comes in. There we go. That looks good. And there's just almost like scribbles. I don't know. She's got sandals, or he has got sandals. This person. They're sketches, so it's hard to tell. So I'm just going to scribble on top of it, and it looks good because I have the shape of the foot, and then I just scribbled on top of it. That's all I really did. This other foot is kind of facing the other way. It goes curves like that on one side, and then straight on the front. Here we go. Those two shapes. Looks like there's another little line for a knee, representing a knee. I'll just put one. And then this foot kind of goes out that way. And that way. Here we go. That's it. Yeah, he's got sandals. I don't know what it is. They look like he or she's got sandals. I don't know. This comedian made me think about pronouns and my homeboy, he's talking about not pronouns. He talks about prepositions, like where are you from? It's not about who you are. Where are you from? I don't know. There's a comedian I was listening to. All right, there was our character. There's our first one. Wow, I don't know if we're taking too long or if I'm good. I can go faster. I can speed it up. So I'm not sure what pace. You got to think about what your pace is. If I'm going too fast, too slow. If you're watching the recording, you can speed it up or slow it down. Let's do the next one.
Eladio?
Yes.
Hi, sorry I came in late. I was wanting to
good.
know where are you getting the pictures from?
The pictures, we put them in the chat so I can repost them. Let me see, or
Okay.
someone can repost them. Yeah, it would be great. Yeah, we have them. Let me see, share my screen. I don't know. Here we go. I can put, oh, I've got both of them up right here right now. Oh, that's good. Oh, look at that. Share my screen again. There we go. I put both of them side by side. I'll put it in the chat again.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's see in the chat. Here we go. All right. Yeah, when you come in late, you miss out on the anything I post in the chat because the chat doesn't show new stuff. All right, there we go. We broke them down a little bit. We're going to be doing this character next, and then I'll probably do, I don't know, I'll probably do the top three a little slower, and then the bottom four a lot faster. I'm going to do the bottom four fast. So we'll start off slow, and then we'll speed it up. All right, this time I'll stop sharing. All right, here we go. Let's do the last three, and then we'll do then we'll do the bottom four. The bottom four I'll do really fast. See if you can keep up. So here we go. This one's kind of like an ice cream shape. We got almost like a circle, and then it kind of comes down to a point. This is me blocking it in. This is the big shapes I see. You want to see the big shapes first, and this head kind of coming out at this angle here. See, this is what I see. It almost looks like an ice cream. It really looks like an ice cream. See how big this cherry is? It's a pretty big cherry, or whatever it is. Could be a spoon, or I don't know. But if it were an ice cream, here's a circle. You can see this triangle and see the parts and the hole, right? This is a compound shape. It's a circle and a triangle put together. And then you've got this and the axis line kind of coming out that way. This would have another axis line. It looks like it's pretty straight. We've got, and then I can see the foot kind of like, I can imagine the foot right in there. I can imagine this other foot right in there. Right there. And when I do this as an oval, it helps me just get the height and the width, right? The ratios and the angles. So I can do this really quick, boom. And then this other hand coming out right in here. And I can do that as another oval. Just kind of getting the placement. And then now I can start breaking stuff down. She's got a purse right in here. I can represent that like a circle, another circle over here. See just these shapes, and then the arm coming in like right in there. There's an arm that kind of comes in right there with a piece of paper or something right in there. All right, so you can see how I went from big shapes to middle-sized shapes. And you should be able to, with practice, kind of go back and forth like really fast. The more you practice, the more automatic and faster you get at kind of going back and forth at seeing the big shapes and the small shapes and stuff like that. The faces looks like it's like a scribble. There's a lot of stuff going on with the face. I'm just gonna as well, can't really see what's going on. It is a sketch. I mean, when you're sketching people out in the open, people are walking and moving and moving really quick. So you usually don't have time to capture everything. Looks like this person got big cheeks, so this artist was kind of trying to capture that cheek there, and then the hair kind of coming back this way. This cheek right there, and looks like some kind of glasses, kind of like that. Put another glass here. Just even, I'm trying to copy this sketch, but I know it's not. Yeah, there's some little flaws with it, but that's okay. There's a nose, and then a mouth down here. And again, drawing faces is not easy. If you just draw a circle there, that's fine. It doesn't have to be exact. What's more important is that getting that shape, that oval shape. And if you get all this other stuff, that's all the scribbles, because it's a really quick sketch. And then there's a neck to it. Let's get that neck in there. All right, let's get that neck. That neck attaches itself to our ice cream right there. So there's the head. And I kind of simplified it and hopefully cleared it up a little bit than what this artist kind of did. But it's a sketch. It's a sketch. Artistic freedom. There we go. Free to sketch. And then we've got, all right, this kind of comes down a little bit more and then out. Down and out. And kind of goes along that, that ice cream shape. Yeah, right in there. Because, yeah, there's that arm. That arm's kind of right in there. All right, let's do this sheet of paper that's right there. And notice the thickness of the line, that thickness of the line, that sketch in there on the outside. Watching the quality of line and all that stuff just comes with time. Now this hand, I did the paper. There's the paper that's right in there in that area. And then the hand is just simplified, is just this shape, this kind of almost like triangle shape right in there. Then it's attached to this arm. A little bit of overlapping, that hand overlaps that paper. That's always tough for new artists, seeing the overlapping, how artists create space. Things overlap. This elbow coming out here. Notice how it tapers too. Another challenge for a beginning artist. Getting things to taper and learning to see shapes like this shape right in here. It's more than just a couple lines. It's lines that create a shape that tapers. Right, it gets thicker as it gets wider, kind of like a triangle. And then, oh yeah, this person's got a purse. Hit that shoulder. And then there's a purse, so there's a bag strap right in there. It's picking it up as it comes up and around the shoulder. And I had this as a circle, but it's more, it's a little more, it's if a circle and a square had a baby, it would be this shape right here. It's a rounded square shape for that purse. And the strap kind of coming back up that way. It's just getting the circle, a square, and rounding out the edges, or getting a circle and banging, straightening it out a little bit. Whatever works. It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid shape. There you go. It's a hybrid. There's the purse. It's kind of like a square and a circle put together. All right, so we got the purse. We got this lower half and a little bit of a belly. And then, oh, the shorts. So we got some shorts down here. All right, let's zoom. Are we good? I'm zooming. Can someone please send me the photos? I did not receive them in the chat. Oh, really? Oh, hey, Maria. Good to see you. You didn't receive them in the chat. They were put there. Oh, hold on. Did I
Hey,
post?
Eladio.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry I was late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to look through the chat and I couldn't find it.
Did I send it? Oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't send it. There it is. Okay. I put, there it is. You should have them now. All right.
Oh, I see them. Thank you.
I
Nice to
captured
see you
it, but I
again.
didn't send it. All right, likewise. All right, here we go. Let's get back to this. All right, we're breaking this down nicely with the shapes and everything, and it's good to, yeah, oof, feedback there. I'll mute you real quick. You can unmute yourself if you need to say something. But all right, let's finish this up. Now, what's cool is the shorts here do bend out and then come in, and it's this little play of shapes going in and out. And these are, if we're looking at form, these are cylinder shapes. These are cylinder shapes. That curved circle, that curved bottom, is part of a cylinder. And these shorts kind of coming out right there. All right, and there's some wrinkles in here. We can add more wrinkles right in there as the and it kind of accentuates that form that's there. Now the legs. Ooh, the legs. We have two parts. We have the upper leg. I might have to move this around now. Now that I'm looking at how it fits here, I can see that this upper leg is there, that upper leg. And then you've got that calf. There's a little bit of a calf there, slight calf. And then it's just almost straight. No, it's almost straight, like right in there. I'm gonna bring this foot down a little bit, a whole foot off, this whole foot. And then there's a bend in it. I like that better. That feels better. See, your first blocking in is just your first attempt, and if you need to adjust, you can feel free to readjust like that. It doesn't have to, you don't have to go with your first, what you first lay down. It's kind of like how marksmen do it. They don't ready, aim, fire. They fire and then they aim, because then you kind of like shoot and you see, okay, this is off right here. I need to adjust to make that second shot, to make the headshot, to make this work. All right, so even this foot up here is going to be down here now. See, down here. And I didn't put all that work that I did, I didn't put all the work in there. So it's easy to change. It's easy to fix right in there. You see this foot, there's two parts. The knee right in here, there's a knee, just a little scribble. Then here you have the, notice how I did the two parts. You have the upper leg, and then there's a little bit of a calf, and then it just comes down right in there for that foot. And it probably gets it a little bit tighter. It's a little closer in there. All right, here we go. Little foot. That's the tongue of that shoe. The whole shoe design. Again, I'm going to do the other drawings, and then I'm going to speed up. I'm going to speed it up. I'll probably speed it up after the next one. So, if I'm going too slow, you might get bored. Don't get bored. The creative mind is never bored. If I go too fast, don't think of it as too hard. You can slow it down or just go at your own pace. It's okay if you don't finish. All right. So here's a hand. I'm doing an oval shape right in there. I'm also simplifying. Here's an oval shape, and then attaching that with a tapered shape. There is like a thumb in here, right in there. And then that, as a scribble, you can get away with that as a sketch, especially if you're drawing really fast. These people are moving around you. You're trying to capture them, trying to observe. The more, it helps with your observational skills. Go out there, draw people. If you're uncomfortable, draw from a magazine. And practice of your observational drawing. And then your imagination drawing gets better. Drawing from imagination or even memory. All right, so there's two parts to this back foot. It kind of goes in this area. I kind of have that there, and there's a little bit of a bend to it. There's a little bit of a bend to this back foot right in there. So I made it in two parts, like the number 8. There's the front part right in here, and then this back part. And there's the tongue. I kind of missed. I just sketched over it. And that's the back foot. The back foot, the big foot. All right, there we go. And then there's a little bit of sole. And I can really quickly add a little bit of shadow so it's not floating in space. There it is, right there. Let's zoom out real quick. There's our second drawing of the night. All right, third one, we're going to speed up. So see if you can see where you're at. I like this other one. This guy has a lot of character. This guy has a lot of character. Let's get going. What should we use? I'm going to use a pen. I'm going to use a pen for this one. Let's see. Where's my other picture? Oh, look at that. Nice. You get some blending in there. What are you using? Procreate? Or what are you using, Dennis? You can put it in.
Procreate.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I love Procreate. I've been using Toon Squid or Squid Toon too as well to do animation. And I know Procreate just released a new animation part to it, which is pretty cool. All right.
It's for animation.
Yeah,
Looked into it.
that's cool. All right. Awesome. Welcome. All right, so here we go. We're going to draw this. I'm going to get that shape. It's almost like this, let me see. There we go. This shape here. It's straight. It's like a shield. It's like almost like an ice cream shape again. You've got that as the head, and then you've got the body that kind of goes underneath. It actually kind of stoops out, but we've got the really solid shape. I like the way it just kind of comes out. And notice the relationship of that. I would probably say, yeah, there's kind of like a square there. There's a square. And then another square below that. A little bit more of a rectangle. We'll do 2 squares. And then you've got the foot below that. All right, so we've got, this is the structure that's there, really solid shapes. Reminds me of the design for Mr. Fredrickson on the cartoon Up. It's really square. All right, here we go. So those are the shapes. Those are the big shapes. Now we're going to go ahead and break it down. So if you've got that and you're happy with that, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and start breaking it down. So we've got the cap. The cap, it just is right about there. These are quick sketches. But there's that brim of the cap, and then it curves down right in there. All right. The next ones we're going to do faster, so just do the best you can. They are kind of scribble sketches. These are scribble sketches. There's not a lot of definition. The next drawing has a little more definition to it after these sketches. That Tin Man. All right, here's the front of the cap, and then we've got the cap kind of coming up and over. And then I don't know, there's like a line over that. Now there's a nose that kind of is in there. Might have not left enough space, but let's, especially since I'm doing it all pen. Then just the mustache. It's got a scribbly mustache. Big old beard. I'm going to bring down the beard a little bit because that's all it is. And then you've got this eye line right in there. Right in there. All right, just something like that. That's pretty good. A little pointy nose. And then now this is what makes this character, all this hair, his hair. So there's a hair shape. Oh, let me see. Okay, I'll draw the hair shape. So the hair shape kind of comes out in here. So if we look at the big shape, you've got this big shape here for the hair. And then you've got the other smaller shapes. And you don't have to do this all the time, especially the more you practice, the more you can just automatically see the big shape and then the small shapes, how they go together, okay, without having to do this. These medium-sized shapes. It's like when we scribbled a tree. This is actually really quick. So the tree, you have the tree shape, then inside the tree there was other shapes, right? So you have the big shape, which would be the lollipop shape, and then you have these other shapes, these middle-sized shapes in a tree like that. And then you have the detail of the leaves that kind of went around that tree that gives your drawing more character. And seeing how big those shapes are as it kind of goes around. So being able to go back and forth from the big shapes to middle side shapes to the detail of the leaves and back and forth, kind of being able to switch between those shapes really helps improve your drawing. But you should be able to go back and forth. And then eventually you just do it automatically. Like here I can automatically see there's like an oval shape for that arm. It just goes on, it goes underneath, or actually it's going right through. The sketch would probably go underneath, or the drawing, but it's a sketch, so that line's kind of going through. Really big arm right in there. And then you've got that's the upper arm. Then you've got the lower arm. And the forearm right in there. And then the hand kind of going back right in here. Got that forearm, hand, with some fingers. They're just scribbled in, but it's kind of like this shape here, and then it's just the fingers that are in there, kind of like that. And then there's a thumb. There's a thumb in there. All right, so learn to see those shapes, learn to see the form. That's next, learning to see the shapes and then learning to see form. Form is three-dimensional, where you really get mass, where you really start seeing mass. Little scribbles for, like, I guess there's probably hair on his forearm. And then here, let's bring this back, the neck, and then and it kind of swoops forward and then back, because that's the chest, the torso, the pectoralis. This whole shirt, actually the shirt kind of is up a little bit higher, right up in there. Oh, you can see this curve on the back. This curve on the back is nice. Curve on the back comes forward. Looks like he's taking a step. It's kind of hard to see all the stuff that's going on right in here. But yeah, his knee kind of goes in there. I might need to bring down this foot a little bit more. I say there's a scribbled foot in there. There's a scribbled foot. It's a sketch, so something in there. His thickness of line, he like sees some edges and shapes that he really likes and just accentuates them a little bit, sketches it in. All right, I think that's it. All right, the next one, a little faster. We're going to start picking up the pace. The next one's going to be a little faster. And then the last four, I'm just going to really just not even talk. I'm just going to just probably just sketch them in real quick. So this next one, you can see how fast I'm going to go. We've got this oval shape right there. And then you've got that, I would probably say almost like a circle shape right underneath it. I'm not looking at that other one that I did. And I'm doing it in pen. So look at, you scribbling it in when you're sketching. And then I've got those two shapes. Notice how small the top is compared to the bottom. That's proportions already. We're already looking at proportions. I need to adjust. I can adjust by making it a little bit bigger. And then I've got this leg coming down at this angle here. I can see how it fits there. And then this angle here for this other foot and how it attaches itself, right? And it tapers. And then this foot kind of goes there. So that's it, kind of blocking in a nutshell. Now I can see how that arm on the top kind of fits in there, right in there, this top arm. And then I've got this other arm kind of coming in here. And I am going faster. The next one will be even faster. So I don't know. I think he was hanging out at the mall. Or I don't know where this person was drawing these people, but yeah. All right, here we go. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and start breaking that down. Let's zoom in on the face so you can see what I'm talking about here. And the top is kind of like a circle or square. The awesome thing about a circle or a square is it has the same height, same width. So that's the ratio. All right. When you post to YouTube, can you post the full class and the subsections, or is that more costly? Yeah, that's a little tougher to do. Somebody else was asking to keep it as the whole class. The thing is that, wow. Yeah, that is a little more costly, as in time and effort. All right, yeah, that is a good question. All right, okay, so here's the hand right in there, and then the arm, upper arm. Yeah, it is. The thing is, yeah, the effort wise, I would actually ideally just record it all in one session and then cut up the drawings and then put out both. But you're the second person to ask that. So, all right. So I'm actually talking and drawing, but talking about something else. So I'm not really describing what I'm doing. There's a finger in there. I'll just simplify this hand. And you actually can't even see the other. That's a pointer finger. And then there's the shoulder has this deltoid muscle. And that in there. Then start putting the face in. Well, I want to zoom in on the face. Let's zoom in. And just so you can actually see some of the detail I'm kind of doing. The eyes are really simple. It's really just glasses. That's so cool about, you can draw glasses, just two ovals. Kind of like that. And then there's a nose in there. The nose kind of scribbled in. It's a little bit of overlap right in there, the nose, and then the mouth. Mouth is just really simple, just almost like a little scribble rectangle right in there. And then if you blink, you kind of miss it. But what makes it is how everything fits. There's a little hair in here. Yeah, so this is not totally a beginner drawing. I mean, we did start tough today. It's an intermediate, but we're just do the best you can. Again, it's not about perfection. It's about, you can see the process, how I did it. That's more important. You can see how I broke it down from big shapes and then breaking that down into smaller shapes. Look at our videos. There's some other ones that are easier to do. You got to, again, find your dragon. Which dragon are you going to slay? Right? Is this a dragon, or I'll show you this one or this one. This is what we did. Look at that. We did this last year sometime, I think. And I was going through some of the drawings. Look at that. Okay, so you got to find your dragons. If it's just sketching, whatever it is, wherever you're at, that's where you're at. You need to see, okay, I'm having trouble with what? Ratios, angles, breaking things down. And it's good to have a struggle, you know, it's good to do the hard. Choose your hard. What's your hard? Where's your hard? If you do easy stuff all the time, it's like eating baby food all the time. You gotta graduate to solids. You gotta know where your solids are, what's too easy. If it's too easy, you get bored. If it's too hard, you give up. Unless you become a warrior, that's where you really like, okay, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna do the hard, right? Do the challenging. If it's too hard, I can simplify stuff. There's ways to simplify. If you really want it, you know, say, I want to draw this, but how can I simplify it? How can I make it easier? Well, looking for those shapes. There's other ways too. Like when you're drawing 3D stuff, like this is 3D. If you know, this is easier to do than this angle here, because now you're dealing with more angles. You ignore my text today. Oh, that. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I didn't. Did I? I didn't see that. I didn't see a text. There's my YouTube channel. Oh wow, I just saw a message. All right. Anyways, okay. So here we go. Let's do the hard. Yes, do the hard. Right. I didn't see one. I don't know. I'm dealing with this stuff right now too. So here we go. Right. All right. So let's finish these legs. Notice that there's a tapering shape as it comes down. And then this way here, it's just reading some of the messages that there's you're looking at the bottom of this foot. There's an oval shape, and then there's this other shape here. Yeah, do the hard. There we go. There's that foot. So this foot's actually, you're looking under it, which actually makes this person even feel bigger. There's that shape there. And then this shape is kind of like that oval shape. I don't know what kind of shoes they're wearing. And then just the folds. It looks like she's wearing some kind of one piece. And then it's shaded, a really nice shade. You can see it's got some straps. Let's see if I can shade with this pen. This is good exercise in shading with a pen. I'm just hatching really quickly. All right, let's go to the other ones. I'm going to do the other ones a lot faster. There it is, right there. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Woohoo. I like that you're sharing. Let me see. I'm gonna spotlight you. I think I can spotlight you. I'm gonna spotlight you. I think I can. There we go. Look at that. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Dennis. All right, cool. Using the digital media. All right, let's go back to mine. I'm gonna go faster on these last ones. I'm gonna speed it up. All right, so yeah, and that's good too. Just try to keep up, you know. Sometimes you want to push yourself. We used to do like 1-minute drawings, 2-minute drawings. All right, so I'm going to do these last 4 really quickly. And so you can see just the head, the body. It was kind of like the number 8 right in there. And then I can see this kind of the legs, feet. There's a soda, a drink. And then a hand, elbow. Really didn't see, I don't know. Had my phone charging. All right. Okay, so I'm not doing a lot of talking. Let's just zoom in. I'm gonna go from the top to the bottom. I see the hat right in here on that shape. So what I am doing is I'm going back and forth really quickly, seeing the big shapes and then going down to these middle-sized shapes. Right in there, there's that hat shape. Once I'm happy with that hat, then I can, let's shade it in. It's a solid form or solid shape. And then you've got the nose sticking out right in here. Just a triangle, just a simple triangle nose. I don't know if she's wearing glasses or what, but scribble shaded in there real quick. A little bit of lips. She's got her straw. Ooh, I'm gonna have to bring the cup down. And the cup's actually down here. in relation to the face. Oh, oh yeah, the hands lower. And then the bottom of the cup, maybe right in there. Ooh, save that one. I did this too high, right in there. That's where the cup was originally. Kind of messed that up. A little distracted. Focus, 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 focus. And there's an ear in there. And then the hair coming out. Right in there. Great. All right, now her back has this really interesting shape that the artist kind of saw with the torso, and then it goes down to the pelvis, or this whole number 8 shape right in there. Get that arm. Get that back. It has a little V cut in it. And then shape right in there. I don't know if it's a tube top or whatever it's called. I'm not a fashionista. And there's designs on it, but all that's just detail. I mean, it could just even be scribbled. Oh, it looks like a sun or something. I just messed it up. Well, just scribbled. And then here, there's pockets. Now I gotta check my text now. All right, here we go. So let's see. This leg is going forward as she's sitting in this seat right in here. And then it's some kind of folding chair. So they've only got 2 lines going this way, scribbles, not even lines, they're scribbles, and then another kind of like scribbles going that way. And then oh, you can see this calf muscle, this calf muscle, and the front part of the leg, and then the foot, like right in here. See, this is what makes that calf muscle, and then it comes down to it. It goes thin, and then it gets lost in there in the scribbles. Same thing in here. Yeah, it gets lost in there. They just scribble it in. The foot's not even it's unfinished. It's not finished, and that's okay. Just, you know, finish what you can, do the best you can. All right, there we go. I think that's it. That's that one. Let's do the next one faster. Let's see. There we go. Just flip it over. All right. There's the head, the neck. And I'm just doing straight drawing. I'm not even blocking in this time. I'm just getting these angles. I'm not blocking in. I'm just straightforward drawing. She's holding onto a ring. There's the ring. Yeah, because as you practice, you'll see what you need, what you don't need. And she's got those upper thighs, then the lower legs, a little bit of a calf, straight foot, then this calf going this way, and this leg going this way, the direction of that calf. She's almost like doing ballet. She's got this crazy curve. Thicken up that thigh. I think I can thicken up that thigh. See, I can add to it. The hand is even just a scribble with a thumb on it. It's just 2 parts. So just got a bun. Eye. Pretty big eye. Nose. Mouth. My proportions are slightly off. It's okay. So what I'm shooting for is more speed. And accuracy sometimes drops, which is fine. Sometimes you want to, you know, pick up your speed, and then your accuracy drops, but then it comes back. Here we go. Just kind of like I don't know what those called. Gymnastic clothing. I think it, oh, she's probably a little top thinner as it comes out. There we go. This foot twisted to the toe. All right, zoom in. Yeah, put it right around there. All right, let's do the next one. Two more to go. We're done. And then we get off to, we're gonna do the Tin Man. You had a heart. All right, here we go. So we've got this head right in there. The neck kind of comes off of that. I can see the nose. See, I just start off with a circle shape. She has her glasses on top of her head, so I'm going to put the glasses like right in there, from there to there. You can see the circle, almost like a clock. Center of the clock would probably be right there, but the hair kind of, she's got her hair that kind of comes around it. Some kind of ponytail that's going up and down. The face in here with a chin right in there, and then a little bit of a nose right in there. And you don't even see eyes. It's just in there. The glasses, the hair, this neck, and then it comes forward. So you had that circle shape, you have this shape, this coming down. Yeah, do the best you can. And always have like a goal. What are you trying to accomplish? What's your goal? And then what's your focus, right? What's your goal? What are you shooting at? What's your goal? And then what's your focus? Because if you're not focusing, you're not going to get to your goal. So you can have a goal, but if you're not taking action, if you're not focusing, then it's just a dream. Just a dream, never happened. All right, so here's that arm, her hand coming down. See, I'm seeing these shapes, but I'm blocking in my mind because I can kind of go back and forth without having to block in. Zoom out. The leg is showing through that slit a little bit. Papers opens up. There's some kind of sandals. You can see I did a little bit of overlapping there, bringing it up. Then she's got a purse. So let's do that. She's got that purse there. And it comes out right about there. Right about here. Then she's got flowers on this whole thing or some kind of scribbled shapes, which I'm just going to scribble in as well. There we go. See how quick that is. And that's just detail. Detail just goes in really quickly. All right, last drawing, last figure. I'm going to do it smaller, faster. So we've got the head and all this hair kind of coming down right in there, shaded in. So you start off with that circle shape, but you don't see that circle shape anymore. You got the shoulders coming out. And the shoulder coming out. Then the kind of an hourglass as it comes out. This waist, actually, it's a little bit higher. Interesting character here with, I don't know, the shirt or it's all shaded. All right, last drawing, our last little sketch here. I think it's gonna go a little bit lower, bring it down lower. See, I'm adjusting. So that is the arms up there, and then shorts right in there. Oops. And there's a little bit of angle coming back, a little bit of angle. Little shorts right in there. Pockets. Pocket. Shade in the shorts with just a hatch marks. Upper leg, and then the the calves. Wearing some kind of boots. Looks like they're wearing, I don't know. Interesting fashionista. But notice the angle. I did put a slight angle. There's a slight angle here. And then the boots, with designs and scribbles over it. See the inside there a little bit. All right, practice, practice, practice. That's it. All right, let's go to our Tin Man, I believe. Yeah, the Tin Man. Let's do the Tin Man. And then we'll call it a night. All right, here we go. Let's share my screen. There we go. All right, hopefully I unshare afterwards. All right, so this one's a little more complex. There's more stuff. This is actual a drawing. It's not a sketch. So again, knowing what you're aiming at is really important. So this one's more of a drawing. Notice the thickness and thinness of line. There's more than just shape too. There's form here. So let's take a look at these, and let's see. There's I would probably start off with the circle shape right in there. It's kind of like a square and a circle. Kind of like the bag we did, the circle and this, oops, undo that. Yeah, the bag we did, it's kind of like a circle shape, but then it's kind of like a little, there's square angles to it. But that's it. It's kind of like a circle there. And then you can see all these other angles. Let's do that. You can see if I were to do the axis lines, you can see this axis line here to the neck. The neck does taper, but this axis line here of that whole body, noticing that angle, noticing these angles, noticing these shapes here, how they go in and out, and here how they go in and out at these angles. Here it's a little straighter. Well, the bottom is straighter, even though this one kind of goes up a little bit. If it were just to be exactly straight, it's there. It does kind of slightly go up. But notice those angles. All right, what else should we look for? As far as relationships, let's take a look at the circles. All right, right in here. Take this circle, copy, paste it. Control V. We can use that as a unit. You can see, look at that. The circle shape right in here fits right in there. Use that as another shape. Do that. This is going to help a lot. 3. I didn't do that with the other ones. 4. There it is. 4 circles. That's it. That would have helped with the anatomic middle, because that's the anatomic middle right there. Let's see if it's same here. There's 1, 2, and 3. So is that the middle? That would be 3. No, he's 4 high. So he's actually, this is not the middle. The middle would probably be up here. But that's fine. It's a cartoon. So they do change the proportions. A more realistic proportion the legs would be longer. All right, let's do this. Let's post it in the chat, and let's get it going. Let's get it going. So let's go to the chat. Here we go. Make sure it goes to everybody. All right. Good night from New York. All right, Pearl, thanks for sharing. Thanks for joining us. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Let's see. All right. What's going to help is all those circles. So let's get going on those circles. This one's going to be a really interesting drawing. Really fun one. We're going to end this session with this fun one. All right, here we go. Let's get those 4 circles. Now, those 4 circles, we're going to just go ahead and start off here. Let's zoom out. There we go. Just sketched 1 circle. Notice the angle that those circles are kind of at. They kind of go at this angle, and then they kind of almost straighten up. There's a slight, let me see, try to get the angle. That angle, and then they kind of almost straighten out. There's a slight angle to the right. Slight. It's almost straight up and down. So
Are you incorrectly?
Am I incorrectly? Ah, yes. Thank you. I did it again. Thank you. There it is. And I had just straightened it out. All right, here we go. Thank you. All right, so here's my circle. Here's my angle. And then here it slightly comes over. Thank you, Ellen. All right. Man, my brain's everywhere. All right, here we go. Let's do this one. So we've got our circles. These guides will really help. So we've got one circle there, another circle right below it. Do the best you can to keep them going at the same angle. If you do, like here, I'm doing the width of that circle all the way down. Let's see, try to get this as closely as I can. There's 1, 2. It's probably a little big, too big. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. There's our 4 circles. There's our 4 circles. This is going to help with proportions. Our 4 circles that way at this angle. And then we've got 3 circles down from there. So there's our 4, and we've got 3 more. And if we need to, we can get another piece of paper here and make sure our measurements are pretty close. Let's see. There's 1 right there. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty right on, like that, right on. Eyeballing it pretty good. And then there's 3 below. 3 below. There's 1, 2, and 3. Right about there. I'm eyeballing it. So and now I'm going to use my measurement to kind of see how close I was. There's a 1, 2, and a 3. Right in there. All right. This one's going to be fun. This one's going to be fun. All right, here we go. There's our 3. We've got 4 up here and then 3 kind of coming slightly down. You can check that width as well. We can use that same measurement to check our width. There's our width. Look at that. Our width. Same height, same width. It's kind of sketched out.
Eladio,
Yes.
do you have the picture without the circles on it?
Oh, yes, I can have the picture without the circles on it. Yes, let me send that out right now. All right, so here we go. Let's send it. You're welcome. All right, hold on. Ooh, let me move this first out of the way. All right, here we go. Whoops, what's going on here? Oh, there it goes. All right, let me send it out. 1 second. Yeah, it's quite a journey. They actually went on quite a journey. The Wizard of Oz, the whole hero's journey. You know, you go through stuff to get to the other side. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to zoom in. We're going to zoom in. That should be that you should have the picture now. I'm going to zoom in on the first circle and then just take it from there. The hardest part is the face. Once we get the face in, the rest can just kind of it almost takes care of itself. So let's do that. Everything here in this circle. We've got that circle, that's that part. And then we've got the front part of the face kind of on this side. All right, so and there's form, there's all kinds of stuff happening in there. So just do the best you can because it is a complex 3-dimensional. It's kind of like a 3-dimensional shape. Let's bring this back a little bit actually. Here's the circle. That circle's really good. I'm going to bring this back a little bit right in there because it's going off that circle, just a little bit off that circle. Then it goes under here. It's kind of like a shield. It kind of almost gives us that same ice cream shape that's been the theme of the night. And then we've got that nose, a cone nose that's like right in there, right in there, right in there. And that's kind of like the face blocked in. Then we have a cone shape. There's a cone shape on top of the head. This is the bottom of that cone, which is part of an ellipse. And then you've got that going to a triangle. Then you've got that tip of that cone or funnel kind of coming up here. There it is right in there. And that's about it right there. That's it. There's the head. And those are the parts. Okay, now we got to make sure that the eye is right. So we're going to do the eye. Yeah. The eye, there's a lot to eyes, but I'm going to start off with just the outside part of the eye, this part of the eye. It just kind of swoops down like that. And then the pupil. the pupil, which is kind of like a circle in there, like an oval. That's the iris, and then the pupil inside that, right in there, right at that tip. And then just bring the bottom part of that eye kind of closed, right in there like that. So there's that eye. Add a little eyelash on it. There's a slight little eyelash. And then there's, I don't know what this is, but like could be eyelash or just, I don't know, there's wrinkles. They're like wrinkles, laugh lines. I'll put in 2 instead of 3. Simplify it. Or there might be 2. And then there's the eyebrow that goes on top of that. Notice how it fits in that circle. We do this a lot. If I break this circle into fourths, you can see how it fits in that quadrant right in there. If I were to break this circle into fourths. Again, seeing the parts and the whole. Here's that eyebrow right in there. It has it like a drop shape. Looks like a water drop, kind of like this kind of shape right in there. That shape, that eyebrow there. And then the top of the face right in there. See, I can go in there now and kind of create the top front of the face. The nose kind of is attached. I don't know what it is. It's interesting. It does have highlights or shadows. Go like that, and then like that. There we go. There's a little bit of a nostril, huh? That's interesting. A little bit of a nostril in there. A little bit of a nostril. And then to make it metallic, it's got these really strong shadows or reflections that's what those 2 things are right there. All right. Okay, now the mouth. Okay, so the mouth has 2 parts. This jaw does open up. So we've got the upper mouth and the lower mouth. But before we get to that, let's do the funnel on the head, just for the funnel of it. All right, so let's do I'm going to do this funnel. I'm going to zoom in on it a little bit and just do the funnel part. It's got this ring, this elliptical ring. It's kind of just, but you're only seeing part of it. This ring that kind of comes up and around the cone shape. It's kind of wraps around it. It's this ring that kind of wraps around this funnel or triangular shape. But what it is a cone. It looks like there's some kind of shape here, but it's also got the reflection, just like the nose. It's got reflection, 2 reflections on the top. And I'm only going to put 1, a bigger one on the bottom. This is usually probably something dark below it. And then it goes up to also a tapered little cone right there with a little hole for the top as well. Right in there. All right. There's the cone. The cone of silence. It has an interesting ear. It's got like this little shape with a lot of detail. I'm just going to put some dots in there. I'm not even going to worry about it. It has so much detail. All right, here we go. Let's do the mouth now. The mouth is form, right? What's happening is this form. It kind of curves. You're looking at the like that. It's all it is really. It's an oval. It's an ellipse. See that ellipse? That ellipse. It's that inside part of that mouth. This comes down and then down like that. And then you have the jaw that kind of comes up and under, attaches itself, a little circular. And this is also another part of an ellipse, or more like a cylinder. This shape that kind of comes here, it tapers. No, it doesn't taper. It's pretty parallel. It just curves up right there where that there, and then it curves around. This part here that curves around is like an ellipse. And that part, that jaw part, curves up and around. And then it has this dark shadow underneath. It's a thick, dark shadow right in here, that thickness. Right, and then it's got, yeah, that's it. Let's finish up the head. It's this last part, this back part right here. There's 2 parts to it. See how I pulled it out, straightened it out a little bit? It used to be a circle, but I just straighten this side out, straighten that out a little bit. And then it's got this shadow or reflection that goes right underneath that, right in there. There's the head. All right, here's the neck. Let's zoom out a little bit. The rest of it, you know, if is off, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal if it's off. So I can already see that in this circle here, this bottom is where the tie is. There's going to be a tie, some kind of tie in there, and I'm just scribbling it in. And then there's this triangle that's right in here. Then the neck. So let's get that neck in there. It does taper up, which means it's slightly bigger at the top and a little bit smaller at the bottom. So it's some kind of collar and has that reflection again. Another reflection. This reflection again is a little thicker. And there it is. And then it opens up. And here it opens up. And then there's some kind of bow. There's a bow right in here. Now the bow has 3 parts or 4 parts. You have the center, which is this rectangular part, which is right in the middle. Right in there. That's the center part. Then you have one bow that sticks out on the right, and the angle kind of goes up a little bit. There's a slight angle up. That's the angle on the top right, and then you have the left. You have 2 parts on the left. Comes down like that, and then that part right in there. All right, and then you've got another part of the bow, like down in here. But from the center, you can see how all these other shapes kind of come off of it from the center. All right, there it is. Then you've got some kind of triangular thing happening below it. All right, so keep track of these circles. That's our first circle. There's our second circle with the bow in it. And then our third circle is where the hands kind of come in. In this third circle, like in this top right half, right here is where the hands are. So the hands kind of come out of the circle, but they're in this area right in there. That's where the hands are in that part of the circle. And then we can easily just now add the arms. The arms kind of come out at, this one's almost straight. It slightly comes down that angle there from here down to there. And then right in that third circle, right into that hand. And this coming down a little bit more, and then coming up or down, depending from left to right, it's down. And I can see this shape right in there where the arms are. Those are the arms. And then we've got underneath, we've got that body. And then we've got an oval in here right at the bottom of that part right here. There's an oval. Right here, there's another cylinder. Here's a cylinder. This whole body cylinder fits in there. And you can kind of see how it's all coming together right there, right? There's that cylinder. Here's the circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the same size at that angle. This has a lot of detail in here. The legs, actually, why don't we block in the legs? This leg here is steeper, coming back at that angle. This one, it comes off at this side from that circle. And then, yeah, because the legs actually come out this way. Right at that first circle right in here, that's where that top part of those legs, and then the bottom part of those legs, a little bit into that last circle, and then the feet. There's 1 foot here, which I'm going to put as an oval, and then another foot over here, which I'm going to put as an oval. Notice how it comes out. Notice how it has this curve or gesture. This one right there, it's going right in there. Even though I have it straight, this back leg really just pulls the whole character out. The flow, you want to try to capture that whole flow. A lot of beginning students miss that, so try not to miss that. All right, that's it, kind of blocked in. Now we just go in there and add all the detail and see all the middle shapes and the proportions we got, because of our circles really help place everything where it goes. All right, let's do this. All right, in 4th grade, I actually was the Cowardly Lion, believe it or not. Could really relate to that character. I think the teacher chose that character for me in The Wizard of Oz, 4th grade. And yeah, my mom made the costume, which is pretty cool. She was a seamstress. Yep. There's a lot of stuff going on with the hands in here. A lot, really complex. So the complex is the enemy of action. But sometimes it gets complex and it's like, oh my gosh, how can we simplify it? Or if it's too complex, people stop. I can't. You get the can'ts in the pants. So really, there's all kinds of fingers being thrown around. It looks like the two hands are together. I'm trying to look at it and trying to understand it and see how I can break it down and simplify it. It looks like there's 4 fingers and then the other hand's below it. So I'm going to take these 2 fingers here, the 2 fingers in the middle, like this. It looks like almost like a triangle. I'll do that. See, I'm simplifying it. Those 2 fingers there, and then you've got another finger here inside that circle shape. And then you've got this other, the pinky coming out way out there. See, I just simplified it. Yep. How do you eat an elephant? Well, I don't know. It's, how do you figure things out, right? How can you simplify it? So those are the parts. How do you see the big shapes and then the small shapes? So there's those fingers. Then we have circles everywhere now. So we have the 4 fingers and then the thumb. And then we've got all these little circles, one as knuckles, right? Where the knuckles kind of go. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that hand. Wow. I make it look easy. I know. It's just practice. Practice. The more you practice. All right. And then here with the wrist there's another circle right in there. A circle with a circle inside it. And then we've got that rectangle shape. Now I can't wait to. These lines are pretty parallel. These are pretty parallel. Really straight, mechanical. Then we've got that circle over here at the end with another circle inside it. I am simplifying. We are doing a sketch from a drawing. I'm going to bring this, there's a shoulder up here. I'm going to bring this up a little bit higher than the original is. And there's more detail and stuff in it, but again, we're just simplifying the sketch. And there's all kinds of stuff going on here. I'm just kind of suggesting stuff, simplifying. And then we've got the upper arm. Just one part of it. We really see we just see this part right in here, that part. And the other part's like underneath, hidden, underlapping, or it's underneath that top part of that arm. So there's that arm. All right, let's get to the other arm. That other hand really simply is underneath. You really just see that part of the hand and the thumb coming up. Because he wanted a heart. The Tin Man needed a heart. The lion needed courage. Courage. Yep, courage. And then here's a circle for the wrist and another circle over here for that elbow. Little elbow grease. That's kind of funny. And then a circle inside that circle. Notice the thickness of lines. I'm not actually talking about them. There's the quality of line. It does get thicker on some parts, thinner in other parts. You only see the top of that line right in there. And then this part is a cylinder here. You can actually see it. So this is like an ellipse right there. There's like an ellipse with a little bit of underlapping under that joint. And then it goes onto our circle wrist over here. So just, whoops. That's how you make a cylinder. A cylinder is just an ellipse plus a square. So an ellipse plus a square gives you that cylinder shape. And then don't round out. This is rounded. Don't straighten this out. Round it out if you're going to make that cylinder. There's a little bit of taper here too. It's actually wider here than it is there. And then our reflection. We have a reflection. That reflection right on top. It's a thick, dark reflection. Up here, there's a reflection too. Slight reflection. And the thickness of that, it kind of gets lost in there. Alrighty. Let's finish up this hand. I think I'm missing the top of this. Top of the can. There's buttons. And the buttons look like they're not going to fit. That's okay. That's okay. The buttons don't fit. All right, let's continue here. Bang. And here's that famous ellipse again, just like this now. This whole bottom is an ellipse. That ellipse right in there, see? That can, tilted can. Right here, there's going to be a, oh, it's starting to rain again here in sunny Southern California. We've got a joint right there. This angle here for that upper leg. Another joint here for the knee below our circle spot, or right at the circle spot, right about there. This one's, I think, a little bit lower, not much. Really close to being the same. Sketch it in, scribble it in. I'm just scribbling it in. This whole leg, and this goes behind our cylinder shape here, this oval shape, which is hidden by this leg as well. This oval shape, and this, right there. This going underneath. Put a circle and then a circle inside that circle. That's how they're doing it. Circle and then a circle inside the circle. The knee. And then the lower legs taper. The lower legs taper. So they go out like in triangular shapes. Both of them. Right in there. Oh, oh. There that is. They're like funnel shapes. One there. One there. With circles. Circles. All right. So yeah, I don't know. There's that it takes a lot of editing to get all the different drawings together. It does take a lot of editing. So that's time consuming, and it would be really good to
Eladio, do you no longer have advanced classes?
no, I'm not doing the advanced classes right now.
So just Thursday, right?
We're just doing Thursday. Yeah, we stopped those this year, last year sometime. Yeah, we stopped those last year sometime.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we might go to them, but I might charge for them. I'm not sure. We'll see. It might be like $5 or something. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, I want to get the video stuff going. This whole set series. Once the beginning stuff is kind of like out of the way, then I can probably do the advanced stuff. And then we'll see go from there. But I'm planning on other things. All right. So there's buttons that go all the way up. Just gonna kind of fake them in. One goes here, one goes there, one goes there, one goes there, and it kind of goes up here too, but I kind of lost. I'll just maybe add one or scribble it in because it should kind of continue as it goes up. There's a pattern, spacing and all that stuff. And there's other lines. Oh, I didn't. I drew it off camera. We were too close. We were focused, too focused, and losing where the action was. All right. Yeah, there we go. So I've got the shapes in. Now there's just the reflections. Like here, there's a reflection there. I guess another little reflection here and there. Another reflection right in there. Oh, get the feet in. We got to get the feet in. We're almost there. Get these feet in. We're done. We'll be done with this session. And then we'll go off on what's next. I think we're doing some animals or faces. I'm not sure. I think it's the faces. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, so I blocked it in with this oval shape, but I'm really looking at the shape now from here, and it comes out, and then this comes down right in here. Let's see this shape. That kind of looks like this. It's this shape, and I can imagine the bottom of it. Well, something like that. See, this is the top, which you can see, and if I had my X-ray vision, I can see that. But that's just form. That's really helps with three-dimensional form. So that's the next step. That's the next step. Once you learn how to talk, next step is communicating. All right. So yeah, no, first step is learning to see shapes and then learning to see form. But you use shapes to capture form and learn to see form. There's 5 basic forms. Yeah, that's it. They've had their similarities and differences. All right, we're getting that other foot in there. This angle. And then it's got a dark part to it. Woo, lightning. What's faster, lightning or thunder? We had that discussion this week. All right. Lightning is really a lot faster than thunder. Speed of light. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. All right. We've got a new message here. Like, subscribe, comment, keep sketching. Every day is the warrior's way. So keep it going. All right, we'll see you next time. Actually, those of you drawing here, we'll continue right now. Oh, gosh.